for the Lamar Hunt Trophy begins as we're underway in this AFC Wildcard game. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And not the start he was hoping for there, as he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. On the tackle, it was the West Virginia man, Kaiser White.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Chavez. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. First catch of this wild card game for a 1,000-yard receiver in the regular season. He's got a first down, too.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
They'll run on first down. Jones. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time.
The tackle.
Miles Jack there to make the tackle.
It's a pick.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
On 2nd down, it's Jones, and he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
How about this defense? They came up with a couple of big plays in this sequence, and none better than the one right there, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
Cook now on to punt as he gets this one away. Johnson on the return. Nice punt, but good work on the return to get back 11 yards. And the Raiders will take over now, 1st and 10. For the first time here with Matt Breida. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 22-yard line.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. To throw is Brady. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 15 yards on the play, first down.
Well, remember, they tried to give him the ball and let him run on the last play, but I think the light bulb went off in their play caller's mind, and this time they get it to him the more conventional way, and it's much more successful as well.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. This is Breida. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down.
The coaches stress their defense being physical. They don't just mean the big guys. How about the guys on the outside, the cornerbacks? It's not just their job to patrol the airspace. They can get involved in the run game as well.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Brady, and that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Brady. He's going to air one out. And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. On 3rd down, that is a big-time play for the Raiders. 42 yards.
First down, Las Vegas.
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. They run with Breda, and he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
We knew both of these safeties were good in run support, but how about the play we just saw there? How about that closing speed? Able to get to the outside part of the field and turn that play into a loss.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. The throw on 2nd down by Brady is incomplete. Curtis Samuel, the intended target. That takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Shotgun now for Brady. And able to complete it to Moreau. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Five yards from the end zone, 1st and goal. Here's a toss right side for Breda. And he's over the line and in for a Raider touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown run. And the Raiders have taken the early lead. I think that's the dream start right there. The defense stands up on the opening drive, then they go right down the field and score.
It's a positive start for your offense and your defense. And when you're talking about playoff football, what a great way to get things going.
Everything is magnified and amped up a little bit more,
to put it mildly.
Matt Gay set to kick off.
Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
5-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They've been a come-from-behind team all year. They'll need to do it again as they trail early in this wild card game. They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
The ball carrier.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. back to throw. Chavez. That'll be taken in there by Kenny Galladay. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. First catch of this wild card game for a 1,000-yard receiver in the regular season. He's got a first down, too. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now the toss to Jones, running right. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. He's at the 30, 10, and into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Aaron Jones, 61 yards. And the Steelers are an extra point away from tying this thing up. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7.
Giorgio Tavecchio set to
so all even at 7 now as they kick it away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
Their own 23-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
On the tackle.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, helped their spot, and stacked him up.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. To throw, it's Brady. Looking long for Thomas. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick.
Well, it's a cold night, and whether you're a quarterback that wears a glove on his throwing hand or not, that ball is a rock, Brandon. You've got to really drive it through the cold and the wind, or it can take off on you, and that may have been what happened there.
Let's put him on the buses. Let's put that team on the bus. Switch.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
No gain on the play.
And when the defense wins and gives up no yardage on a running play, that's something they can build on and carry themselves forward throughout the game.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Off the play fake. Chavez. He'll get this one to Galladay. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. 22 yards there, a first down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Boy, the run on first down, a disaster as he's tackled well behind the line of scrimmage.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
So now they operate back from their side of the field here, 2nd and long. From the gun, Chavez. Buying time to his left. And that one is incomplete. And it also concludes quarter number 1. These two teams all tied after 1. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Get in the weight room. Get in the weight room. Watch both. Man, let's get that ball. Yeah, let's get that ball right here. Watch the twist. Watch the twist.
Operating from the gun, Chavez. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I'll tell you what, these last couple of drives, much better from a defensive perspective. They gave up a touchdown on the opening drive, and then after forcing a punt on their last possession, it looks like they're going to get the football back again.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. On the return, Johnson. 13 yards, the tally on the return there. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. A tale of two extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out. And now a fumble. Brady loses the football. Able to fall on it, but look where they recovered it. That's a big loss.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
So they keep the ball, but work to do on second and long. In his own end zone, it's Brady. And did he get in? No. They'll mark him down at the 1-yard line. When you're on your own 1-yard line like they were, oftentimes you're thinking just run on any down, get some space. There they elect to throw it. It cost them.
You get the sense that they were banking on the element of surprise, right? Everyone expects you to run it there. Let's take a shot. Let's throw it. Try and create some space, some room. And it went awry, didn't it?
They'll try and run it in with Jones. And no signal yet. I don't think he got in. He didn't. They'll mark him at the 1. No gain on the play, and it's going to be second and goal. Another shot from the 1 on second and goal.
Mike 5-5. Mike 55. Mike 5-5. I got one. Sweet.
They'll try again with Jones. And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. It's a loss of 2. Now third down.
You can almost feel him thinking as he's running the football. Just one more block, anything to get me to the perimeter and around the corner. Couldn't quite get there. Ends up getting spilled for a loss.
This is a big play in this wild card matchup, facing third and goal. Here's Jones. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Aaron Jones with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Steelers have taken the lead. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game.
Makes the score Steelers 14, Raiders 7.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Tavecchio. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
5-yard line. The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. That 7-0 lead in there is short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
On first down, here's Breida. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line.
Number 20.
Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
7-yard line.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
On 2nd and 7, Brady is going to let this one go deep. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
On every offensive coordinator, every play caller sheet, they have about 5 or 6 plays per game that they call shot plays or big plays, and you don't get many opportunities to dial them up, and they just did, and they drop it with a great chance to make a big play. That's going to hurt.
Throwing is Brady on 3rd down. Open man is Michael Thomas. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 27-yard line. First catch of this wild card game for a 1,000-yard receiver in the regular season. He's got a first down, too. Now it's Breda, and the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
30-yard line.
Working from the gun, it's Brady. And Brady going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off inside the 5. And he'll be stopped shy of the 15 at the 14-yard line on the return.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation, but sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offense coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Looking to throw. Chavez. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Have to give some credit to the defender on that when he read all of his keys perfectly and got a great break on the ball and able to force that incompletion.
The Steelers on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Back to throw. Chavez. And he'll find Galladay. That's complete. He takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Nice 3rd down conversion and even 20 yards.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38.
Isaiah Simmons.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, Their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
And the Steelers on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8.
Any day. 44. Mike, 44. You remember me? You remember me? Let's go, baby.
From the gun, Chavez. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. Here's Logan Cook now as he's on to punt for Pittsburgh. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. That'll be a 44-yard boot, just a yard on the return as he's covered up quickly. And the Raider drive will start from deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And 3 interceptions in this game. I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off Byron Jones. And that pick just sets him up beautifully right down. The goal line.
I remember being in a defensive meeting back when I was in college, and our defensive coordinator says, we're going to call this be who you are defense. D linemen, you play the run. Linebackers, be aware of anything. And secondary, you play the pass. That way, you're all set, ready for whatever they put out there.
55
Now Jones. And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
A loss of 2 brings up 2nd and goal at the Raiders' 3-yard line.
Two minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. Coming up at the half, we remind you that we're going to do what we've done all year. We'll get you down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown on what's going on here in this wild card weekend as we begin the road to the upcoming Super Bowl. On 2nd down now, it's Jones. And a good job by the Raider defense yet again as they drop him for a 2nd straight loss. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal.
Mike, 55. Check, 55, Mike. 2. 55 to Mike. Check, 55 to Mike. 6 man. Check curls, check curls, check curls.
Looking to throw. Chavez. A throw for Galladay is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Kaiser White. It's a foot race. The 30. The 20. And the Raiders are in for 6. Touchdown. And we'll see if that pick 6 looms large as this game continues, because we've seen plays like that alter a lot of playoff contests over the years.
I would agree with that totally. And you often think to yourself, why do they alter it so much? Because after games, don't we hear coaches and players say, well, one play doesn't usually determine the outcome? but I don't think that's really true, do you? Because there's times when we see plays like that, and all of a sudden the momentum jumps to that team side, it deflates the other side, and they never pick it back up, and then things really go from there, don't they?
That's the thing for me. We talk about momentum changes. A play like that is the ultimate momentum change.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And following the pick six, and they had decent field position and throwing that pick six, we'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him, and they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
Chavez to throw on second down. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up third down. They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion.
Here we go, D. Get off the field. 44's the mic. 44's the mic.
Operating from the gun. Chavez trying to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. Second interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on it. His teammates are going to check on it because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. Out of the shotgun, Breida. He was brought down by Darryl Roberts. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 30-yard line.
A first throw for the backup Haskins. Gets this to a standout receiver, Thomas. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
1st and goal, Raiders.
On 1st and 10, it's Haskins. That's caught. It's Thomas. And I think the ball's out. And this will get out of bounds at the 2-yard line. Thankfully for the offense, a fortuitous bounce there on the fumble goes out of bounds because they're down here in the red zone. You don't want to lose one there.
You don't want to lose one. And the best part, because it went out of bounds, they retain possession, still have an opportunity to put points on the board.
2nd and short now following the fumble. They'll try to run with Breida. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. They get 3 yards closer, but still work to do. It's 3rd and goal. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. They'll try to pick this up on the ground with Breida. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Matt Breida in the final seconds of the first half. And the Raiders have moved out in front. Here's Gay now to add the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14.
Raiders 21, Steelers 14. Matt Gay set to kick off.
So not much time to work with here. 9 seconds remain in the half as this one is away. This will make it into the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. Both teams try to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC Wildcard game. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Matt Breida saving his best for the playoffs with his third touchdown of the game. And the Raiders add 6 to their lead. He's got it as they double up the lead. This one's now 28-14.
Raiders 28, Steelers 14.
After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
25-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Sometimes I need a check, not the sneakers, but the ones that make you watch your step.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. On the counter, here's Jones. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Aaron Jones.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. 44 to mark. Check. Hey, watch the ball. Watch the ball. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship. Watch the ship.
Back to throw. Chavez. And down he goes, brought down a Raider sack. Von Miller in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to 4th down. Here's Logan Cook now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Returnable here from the 38. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41.
You. Mike 52, Mike 52. Hey, Mike 52.
Now a toss play. It's Breida. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
From midfield now, Haskins. Catch made, it's Moreau. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. So forget the run on 3rd and 1. They shock the D and rip off a pretty big play.
And the Las Vegas 1st down.
Here's Breida. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
No gain on the play.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Second down, Haskins. And caught by Thomas. Touchdown, Raiders.
To Michael Thomas.
Michael Thomas there to make the grab. And the Raiders add on to their lead.
Look, we all know that sometimes we see upsets in the wild card round. But I have to tell you, in this case, I did not see that coming.
I don't think anyone in the stadium saw it coming. You and I were coming in before the game. There was a couple in front of us talking about travel plans for next weekend. They might want to cancel those.
Yeah, I would say so, because right now it's looking more and more that they're going to be one and done. They're probably trying to call the hotel and make sure you get your security deposit back.
Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and...
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Mike, 55, right there in the middle. 55 is Mike, guys, 55.
Looking to throw. Chavez. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it.
We just saw another example of really good defensive football, which has led to the cushion that they have in this game. Got to him once again, knocked him on the ground, forced an incompletion.
Yeah, they've set the tone. It's one thing to set the tone, another to come in here on the road and set the tone. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Movement there on the offensive line, a little quick, and a 5-yard penalty. Maybe anticipating a blitz, and they jumped.
Yeah, and if we saw it, you know that they saw it. The bad guys might have been coming on that play. Had to pick them up, and they jumped.
And this offense back to needing 10 yards after the false start. 3rd and 10.
44, Mike, 44. Hey, come on, go. 44 is the Mike. 44 is the Mike. It's out of go.
From the gun, Chavez. And that is incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
Here's Logan Cook now, as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. Call it an even 40-yard punt. 7, though, on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They are clicking on all cylinders. They seem to be just scoring at will right now, and that's why they've opened up this big lead.
You know, we always talk about getting into the zone, and all athletes are seeking that, aren't they? Where everything is working for them, every move they make works, it clicks, and they are on point right now.
Yeah, they are in that zone that you're talking about. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Through an opening, and there he goes. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Matt Breida, 46 yards. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. And that rushing touchdown, his 4th, puts him just 1 shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it, but he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
And they will not. Get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. The linebacker, Miles Jack, able to knock that one away.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Third quarter, wild card round. Thanks for being along for the playoff ride with us. Here's 2nd and 10.
Check. Okay, double up. 44, Mike, 44. Hey.
Throwing deep for Galladay. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Incomplete.
I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down.
44 is the Mike. Check. Let's go, tackle. Let's go. We got this. Go, check. Watch twins.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Try to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Picked by Emmanuel Mosley, and they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
The 36-yard line.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Go. Mike, 53.
This is Breida. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 37-yard line.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
53, Mike, 53. Here we go. 53 is the Mike. 53 is the Mike.
And he'll take this one down to the 36. After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
Amos on the tackle.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
Got to get to the 26 for a first. This is 3rd down. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a 1st down as well.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that first.
Mike back two. Stop your whining. Mike 52. Keep it up, defense. Keep it up, guys. Off. Mike 52.
First carry for James Conner. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
He was taken
Well, sometimes as a running back, you've got to be able to improvise when the hole's not where you expect it to be. But in this case, there wasn't any improvisation that he could do that was going to work. Kind of like if you're trying to be a comedian on open mic night at the Improv and you run into a tough crowd.
Check 53's Mike. Come on, D.
On 2nd down, a run with Breida. He'll have a first down inside the 10. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders.
Las Vegas.
A 22-yard scamper as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. And he just tied the NFL record on that 5th rushing touchdown. He's the 6th man ever to do that in a single game.
And, partner, did you just say that he tied an NFL record there?
Yes, sir.
I mean, we're talking 5 touchdowns on the ground against an NFL-caliber defense.
Is that good?
I'd say that's fantastic. What a game for him.
It really is something. We are watching quite the effort.
Matt Gay set to kick off.
After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 39-yard line.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Watch the edge. Check 31. Check 31. Check Bobcat. Check Bobcat. Look. Hey, alert 3.
Again, it's Jones. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
Open man is Galladay, complete. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Kenny Galladay, 51 yards. And the Steelers are able to strike for 6. Coaches must really like to see that from the quarterback because he's had the interceptions in this game, but they're able to connect on the touchdown pass.
And teammates love to see that because they know that they miss blocks during a game, but they come back and make them later on. They miss tackles, right? They miss making plays, but the spotlight is magnified on your quarterback. And when he stands up to the pressure and comes back and throws a touchdown pass after throwing some picks earlier, they feel great about that guy.
And likewise for him personally, as a rookie quarterback, has to give him more confidence.
Yard line. The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Still comfortably on top, 3rd quarter as they start things here with a 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Breida. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
At the 24-yard line.
1 quarter remains for the right to survive round 1 here in the AFC. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Historically, this is such a tough, loud venue, but you can hear a pin drop right now. A lot of fans long gone, not used to seeing a lopsided score like this. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Breida. Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Matt Breida. 76 yards. And the silver and black continue to roll. They talked about stringing together some explosive plays here in the playoffs. That was a pretty explosive play.
It certainly was. And if you're going to win on the road, it certainly helps to have big playability in your hip pocket, doesn't it?
Now, this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
Raiders 56. Steelers 21. Matt Gay set to kick off.
Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They are most likely staring at a cold end to their season here in this wild card round. Nothing has gone right so far, and they are, to be frank, in desperation mode now as they begin with a 1st and 10. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 14. They'll look to throw. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Sheldon Rankins, the defensive tackle, getting in there for a loss of 5.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
The Steelers on 3rd down. They've had a lot of chances, but not much success, converting only 3 times. This will be a tough 3rd and 18.
Let's go.
Operating from the gun, Chavez. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Sheldon Rankins able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening. Here's Logan Cook now, as he'll come on to kick for a 6th time tonight. And he's able to get it out of there. And a fair catch is taken here, a step or 2 inside the 45-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt.
At their own 44-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They have bucked the trend so far. A sterling performance to this point, on the road no less, in the wild card round. And they look to finish things off here in this 4th quarter. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
Check 53. Hey, I'm coming.
Right back to Moss. Give him 2 on that run, and they're still left looking at a 3rd and about 9 to go.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
The Raiders on 3rd down. Can't be any better than a perfect 6 for 6. This is 3rd and 9. Here's Moss. And to the 49-yard line, but no further. And obviously he is well short of the 1st. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up 4th down.
A gain of 4 yards. It's now 4th down.
And now the punt team couldn't get ready in time, and this is going to be a delay. Here's the Raiders punter now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line.
1st and 10.
So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? But it definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And he'll be taken down for a loss back at the 3. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. They'll go again to Jones. And he's going to have just a couple here with a marker on the field as well. So their move is to decline that so they don't get another 2nd down. It'll be 3rd.
So that has to tell us that they're pretty confident in their 3rd down defense, right?
Absolutely.
Whether it's from sub-package or nickel package, whatever they want to run out there, they feel like they can defend here on 3rd down.
They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down.
Safety's creeping. Go.
They'll keep it on the ground. Jones. And a short gain here as he gets it up only to about the 6. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down. Here's Logan Cook now as he's on to punt for Pittsburgh. And now a fair catch called for and taken just outside the 40-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They've got a chance now to put this game away following that last defensive stop and punt. And the play goes nowhere, losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Partner, one thing I was lousy at growing up, track and field, I could never anticipate the start before a race, but how about that backer? He figured it out, jumped the count, and turned it into a really nice play for his defense.
Push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. 2 yards gets them back to where they started, but now 3rd and 10.
Like any team, they would have loved to have had more yards on that run, but it looks like they just want to get to the 2-minute warning and see what they want to do after that.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. 3rd down, here's a run by Moss. And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down.
2 yards on the play. Brings up 4th down.
And now the punt team couldn't get ready in time, and this is going to be a delay. And that'll set them back 5. Las Vegas sending out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Well, they got the ball already. They're not going to risk the yardage and running another fourth down. They decline it.
And what was that they taught you in law school, that possession is 9/10 of the law?
I didn't go to law school.
Oh, you didn't? I thought you did. Well, I'm going to give that to you anyway. Possession is 9/10 of the law, and it's 9/10 of this game, too. Having the football counts.
You're so litigious. Here's Chavez on first down. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he couldn't hang on. Would have been their fourth pick of the game. Instead, second down.
Incomplete.
They'll probably spend a little extra time dissecting the game film after this one. I think the part of their plan was to hit them over the top with the deep ball. They've been unsuccessful all night.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Mike, 55. Check, 55. Mike. Yeah.
Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
56 is Mike. 56 is the Mike. Here we go.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Jones. And he'll get this only to about the 38 as they stop him a few yards shy of the line to gain. It's a 6-yard gain, and it leaves them looking at a 4th down.
It's 4th down.
The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. It's caught. Jones. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That one good for 10 yards. And they're able to pick up the conversion here on 4th down. Their season ends here. A